and we're underway. With a lot on the line for both sides as Georgia make a bright start, surging run through the middle. They've got it on the left-hand side. Back it comes. It's a chance to play it into the penalty area, cleared away partially by Czech Republic. Chipped forward again by Georgia, who've come flying out the traps here. Czech Republic have got possession back. Sliding challenge goes in from the captain, Kasia, into the feet of Kvaratskhelia, who goes down. It was a challenge from Krejci, and it'll be a free kick for Georgia midway inside the Czech half in the middle of the pitch.
Yeah, good start from Georgia, and Davitashvili straight away heavily involved in the game, just playing in behind the front two, and he's going to be key to this Georgian team.
Good feet on the left-hand side from CT Philly, 23-year-old Dynamo Batumi. But he's dispossessed, and Czech Republic have possession in the middle of the pitch with Provot, who scored that goal for them against Portugal. And Portugal scoring, of course, in stoppage time. And here's Sofal of West Ham United in the right wing-back slot, just short of the halfway line. Goes inside to Holesh. And Czech Republic, all in white, will build from the back. They've got possession with Souček. First touch for him in the centre circle, the captain, again, of West Ham United. Such a key player for them. Scored a few goals in qualifying, and although he's a defensive midfielder, does get some really important goals as the Czech Republic win a throw-in on the right-hand side, midway inside the Georgian half. 0-0, 5 Live and BBC Sound, Stephen Warnock.
Yeah, lovely run from Lozek from Czech Republic, just winning his team a throw-in on the far right-hand side of the pitch.
Long throw from Sofal, plenty of height in there. Chance here for Czech Republic, good save. And an overhead kick is blocked, and then another effort save. Mamardashvili with a brilliant double save, and Czech Republic still have possession with Sofal crossing from the right. In it comes, headed up in the air. Mamardashvili punches this time into corner for Czech Republic.
Well, he's such a tall and imposing goalkeeper. He stays on his line for the initial shot, but what he does extremely well is he saves it with his left foot as it's low down to his left-hand side, gets himself back onto his feet, and as the next shot comes in, he just parries it over the bar to safety. Outstanding goalkeeping from Mamardashvili.
Czerny is going to take the corner from the right-hand side, left-footed, an in-swinger, in it comes, good-looking delivery, headed away by Georgia. They pick up possession on the left-hand side, the Czechs, and in comes a header and another save. It's another save low down to his left by Mamardashvili. He's palmed it away, and now Georgia might break over the halfway line. Scurrying forward, looked like a push in the back that, and yes, the referee says free kick, and Georgia will have a free kick 10 yards inside the Czech Republic half. It was a good run through the middle by Davitashvili, who, as you said, Stephen, has made a bright start.
Yeah, he really has, but Mamardashvili straight away has been an outstanding performer for Georgia, making sure that he keeps his team within the game in the first 4 minutes of it. 2 smart saves initially, and then he gets another saving from Lozek.
And Georgia run into the penalty area and shouts for a penalty as, again, he goes down. Davitashvili, 23-year-old from Bordeaux. The referee says no penalty. There was a coming together, gets his arm across him there, the defender.
Now, smart defending. Ranach makes sure he gets a big strong arm across Davitashvili.
Corner for Georgia though, and Kvaratskhelia takes it, right-footed, punched away by Staniek of Czech Republic. Back in from Georgia, headed away again by Czech Republic. Bit of head tennis in the middle of the Czech Republic half at the moment, but they've managed to get possession, the team in white, and they will bring the ball down the right-hand side with Holesh. They're in possession, deep line possession, 0-0 on 5 Live and BBC Sounds.
What a start. What a start to the game. Said before the game, John, you asked me the question what they'll be like, how they'll sort of approach this game, and they've both approached it by wanting to go out and win this game, so plenty more of this, please.
Czech Republic in possession again. On halfway, Hranac. Played forward over halfway. Georgia win a header. Czech Republic get possession again. It's with Jurasek. And Georgia win the ball back. Can they clear right-footed from the right-back position? They're sort of hemmed in at the moment. And it will be a Czech Republic throw, level with the 18-yard box, left-hand side. Czech Republic qualified second behind Albania on head-to-head results from their group. And of course lost to Portugal at the weekend as the throw comes in, cleared away by Georgia, and now they might break again up towards the halfway line. That's a lovely little piece of skill in midfield from Tsitaishvili. Still running with it, Tsitaishvili. Left-hand side, trying to go round one too many there. Some good energy, and Czech Republic have possession, but a good run.
Yeah, really good run from him. He brought lots of energy to that left wing-back position in the last game, but to be honest with you, John, it was the end product which was lacking, and we've just seen that from him again there. Just needs to pick his head up.
Czech Republic in possession, lip of the centre circle, centre field. Bringing the ball over halfway is Lukáš Provot of Slavia Prague. He scored that super goal against Portugal. It's nice football into the feet of Schick, first sign we've seen of him. And then Klosek, who had that effort saved, the first effort. Plays the ball out to the left-hand side, cross is blocked. They'll go back and recycle it with Jurasek. Jurasek on the left-hand side, chance to cross, only one in the middle's overhit that, but it might well be kept in by Sofal. It is, right by the corner flag on the right-hand side. It's Sofal. He's one-on-one with the defender, gets in a good cross, and it's a good clearing header, but it's only gone as far as Czerny. Czerny on his right foot, hits the shot, deflected, and bobbles through to the goalkeeper, one bounce, and he'll claim it. Some shouts for handball there, Stephen.
Yeah, straight away the referee said not a chance, hit him on the shoulder. He leans his shoulder down into it. Diwali making sure that he gets a good block on the ball in between the goalkeeper and the line of the shot coming in. Good defending.
Finished fourth in qualifying in Group A behind Spain, Scotland and Norway, but did well in the Nations League and got that shot to play Greece in the playoff final 0-0 after extra time, and they won it on penalties to qualify for the first major tournament in their history, Georgia. And the scenes after that shootout and the scenes when they returned to the almost 5 million in Georgia were incredible. As a long ball's played forward by Czech Republic, chance for Schick to shoot. He does, but it's blocked. Ball comes out on the left-hand side. Cross comes in. Bit of desperate defending there from Georgia. It's gone out for a throw-in to Czech Republic on the right-hand side, level with the Georgian penalty spot, 0-0.
Yeah, well, Diwali and Kashir making sure that they get out. They get the block on the ball. I think it was ended up being Kashir, the captain, who got a strong block, and they're going to have to defend this box well because they're under a little bit of pressure now, Georgia, after starting the game well.
Sofal with the throw-in from the right-hand side. It's a long throw aimed towards the penalty spot, tall side, headed away, but only as far as Provot, who gets it out on the left, cross into the penalty area again. Georgia have had to make so many defensive headers already, and they make another one there. That's lovely football. That's the sort of stuff we wanted to see from Kvaratskhelia, with lovely skill to bring it over the halfway line, and he's kept possession for Georgia. Completes so many dribbles.
What skill.
Brilliant.
Just two players round him, little flick over the head, takes them both out of the game, then driving down that left-hand side where we're so used to seeing him for Napoli.
Czech Republic have performed well at European Championships before, of course, making the quarterfinals in 2021, made the quarterfinals in 2012 as well, but only 7 players remain from that squad from 2021. And a lot of change. Forward come Georgia. Good run this. Down he goes. Referee's got a decision to make, but he hasn't made the one to point to the spot. It's dribbled through to the goalkeeper, slamming the ground. Can't believe it.
Yeah, Davitashvili again, the player in question. He gets beyond the defender, and then he's got every right. He cuts across him, and you think that the striker's in control of the situation. Gets tripped. Is it a foul? Is it a penalty? My first impression was it was a penalty. The referee waved it away.
There was a VAR check. Czech complete, no penalty. Georgia in possession again. They break quickly. They've got it on halfway. Great energy. That was a foul and a free kick for Georgia. Near halfway line.
Well, we're just seeing the incident again, and Krejci, he just dives in on him and just gets a little bit shoulder to shoulder. I think Ditashvili is always on his way down, but there is contact. It's clumsy from the defender. He can find himself very lucky that there hasn't been a penalty given against him.
Let's get an update from the rugby. South Africa, Wales, Alfie Reynolds.
South Africa 7, Wales 3. The Boks' first try scored after just 4 minutes by Jesse Creel. The worst possible start for this inexperienced Welsh side, but Costello has replied with a penalty. We've played 10 minutes. South Africa 7, Wales 3.
Thanks, Alfie. Georgia in possession, running down the line with Kvaratskhelia again. Cuts onto his right foot. Nice little piece of skill. Good move this from Georgia. Cleared away by Czech Republic, and a foul. Late challenge there going in by Kocherashvili, the 24-year-old from Levante. He's said, it's my first real year at pro football, and he's had a really good season with Levante. Finished 8th.
He was a standout player the other day, John. I thought he was exceptional. Set up the goal, perhaps should have scored later on in the game where he went through in a 1v1 situation and crashed one off the crossbar. He could have been the hero, but I thought his performance was magnificent against Turkey.
Czech Republic chip a ball down the line, looking for Patrick Schick. Wins the header inside, but doesn't go to a white shirt. They are back in possession though, Czech Republic. Strong challenge near the halfway line. You thought he might have won the ball there, Stephen, I guess?
Yeah, I just think it's a physical challenge. He gets himself in ever so slightly, just gets the Czech player. But what I like about this Georgian team, though, John, is that when they were playing against Turkey the other day, there were spells where you feel, oh, Turkey have got control of this game, and then bang, they hit you with a counter-attack. They're almost like they're just lulling you into a false sense of security so you feel comfortable.
Czech Republic are in possession, and some good possession as well. Shot comes in from distance from Jurasek, and it takes a little deflection. In fact, it was Provok with the shot, took a deflection, looped up, and Mamardashvili had to make the save. 0-0, BBC Sounds, smart speaker, 5 live, 12 minutes gone. As the ball's chipped out of defence by Georgia, goes out of play. Throw in on the left-hand side, on the right-hand side rather, for Czech Republic. Czech coach Jaroslav Silavi left after they qualified, citing anger and aggression from critics and fans. So he hasn't had long, the new manager, Ivan Hasek. Just 4 friendlies in the build-up to this, but they're said to be a unifying figure. Qualified lawyer. Can he guide Czech Republic to a win here against Georgia as they chip a ball into the penalty area with Provok, cleared away partially by Georgia. Cross comes in from the left, deflected, corner for Czech Republic from the left-hand side, 0-0.
Love the Georgian back three. I mean, they just throw everything at it, don't they? Make sure that the blocking shots, getting headers on things. They're going to have to play as a real tight-knit three in this game, because they're going to come under pressure. There's going to be crosses coming into the box from the way that the Czech Republic play. The Czech Republic get themselves a corner.
On the left-hand side, going to be a left-footed away swinger. Czerny goes over to take it. In it comes to the near post, headed away by Georgia. Nice little first touch, but Czech Republic have got the ball back and they swing another one in. And here's a header, and it's tipped over the crossbar again by Mamardashvili. I think it was going wide, that one, but they've just got so much height in there.
Yeah, they do. They're a big team, the Czech Republic team, aren't they? They're making sure that they're getting bodies in there. Schicky wins the initial header, and Souček's coming in behind Mamardashvili. He deals with the situation, punches it behind to safety.
Another corner for Czech Republic. Czerny again into the near post. It's going to get another chance here to cross it. There are 5 waiting in the middle. It's a low one into the near post, and he just got his feet mixed up there, Souček, and it just hit his left foot, the captain, and it went out for a goal kick to Georgia.
Yeah, it wasn't great from Souček, but I thought the ball in from Černý wasn't the greatest. You're looking at the height that they've got in the Czech Republic. You want them to stand the ball up a little bit. Not the greatest of crosses.
In the warm-up, TV footage appeared to show that Kvaratskhelia and Michal Tadze maybe got injured in the warm-ups, but they seem to be moving all right out there at the moment. But they both look like they picked up little knocks in the warm-up, so we'll keep an eye on them, but they seem to be moving all right at the moment.
Well, Kvaratskhelia looks a lot more lively than he did the other day. He looked tired, he looked lethargic in the game. He's had more influence in this game already in the way that he's dribbled past people than he did in the whole game against Turkey.
It's the voice of Stephen Warnock. 5 live, 0-0. Georgia in possession, threaded through ball, doesn't find its intended target. Czech Republic dominating possession as you would expect it to go, and then Georgia trying to hit on the break. Both lost their opening matches. Both know that defeat could mean the end of their tournament. 50,000 inside the stadium in Hamburg as it's out of play for another throw-in for the Czech Republic midway inside the Georgia half on the left.
I think what Georgia have done by taking out Tadze is in putting Divitashvili in midfield and that forward position is they've got more speed into the game. Tadze is a little bit slower in the way that he plays. Hasn't got that energy to really break, and you can see that it's just freed up Kvaratskhelia to now play it more on that left of the three and cause more problems.
Czech Republic moving down the left-hand side again. They've had quite a lot of joy down that left side so far. In comes a deep cross, headed away by Georgia, and Georgia will try and pick the ball up midway inside their own half, and they do. There's a little turn there, and he's fouled. Kvaratskhelia, and a yellow card for that foul by Sofal. And it'll be a free kick to Georgia near the halfway line. And while we wait for that to be taken, let's get an update from South Africa, Wales at Twickenham. Alfie Reynolds.
South Africa 14, Wales 3. The second South African score, a penalty try as their driving maul was illegally taken to ground. Wales also down to 13. Rio Dyer and Aaron Wainwright in the sin bin. 16 gone. South Africa 14, Wales 3.
Just watch the replay, and I think Sofal possibly unfortunate to go into the book there.
Very unfortunate. Kvaratskhelia turns into him, catches Sofal, and Sofal picks up a yellow card. So if you're Kvaratskhelia now, you want to face up Sofal, get at him and cause him problems.
And causing problems again is Davide-Ashvili. He's running down the right-hand side, scored 5 in 9 matches, the last 9 matches at the end of last season.
You won't forget his name tomorrow, will you, John?
No. Certainly not. Been dreaming about these names the last 3 nights. Georgia in possession, 10 yards inside the Czech Republic half. Inside the centre circle now. Passing and moving. It's a bit of prolonged possession for Georgia, which we haven't really seen so far in this game. Ball played forward and a foul. And it'll be a Czech free kick midway inside their own half on the left.
He's got to do a little bit better there, Michal Tadze. As the ball comes up to him, he has to make sure that he retains it and brings his midfield into play. A little bit loose with his touch, and then he just swings an arm out at Provot and catches him in the face.
Yeah, Michal Tadze, who scored in their last game. The manager, by the way, Willy Sagnol, who many of you might well know, former French fullback, 47, took charge before Euro 20. First French coach to manage a foreign team at the European Championships as Czech Republic are in possession. A few yards inside their own half, halfway line. Sofal. Inside it goes to Černý. Sofal again. Chops it back to Chick, who's out wide left but has drifted infield, and he's picked it up 25 yards from goal. Nice little football, nice little 1-2, nice football this from Czech Republic. Low cross in, dealt with partially, and a good catch from Mamarashvili. The goalkeeper, the 23-year-old from Valencia, has been busy, Stephen Warnock, so far.
Yeah, he has, but everything that he's done, he's dealt with extremely well. Lovely catch there as it went up high, Patrick Schick was putting him under a little bit of pressure, but the move from Czech Republic was better. 1 and 2 touch football, moving it from right to left, and they try and create that cross. But credit to Georgia, they're keeping the shape extremely well.
First ever meeting between these two nations, and so far 0-0. And Hamburg has 2,500 bridges in it. I learned that this morning with Patrick Keelty. William challenged me on Beat the Commentator, said that there's more bridges than in, I think it was Amsterdam, London and Venice put together. More bridges in Hamburg, 2,500, and those three put together. He did very well on Beat the Commentator this morning. Told us some excellent facts, like the fact that that Souček's favourite film is The Fast and the Furious. And that
Really?
Cash, yeah.
It's better than that, isn't that? Come on.
Which one though? That's the thing, there's about 15 of them now, isn't there?
Yeah, true.
Here's Sofal for Czech Republic on the right hand side. In comes the cross, no one there on the end of it, and I don't think that's a back pass. I think he's alright picking it up, because the clearance just got it all wrong, the defender. Came off his studs and dribbled to the goalkeeper Mamardashvili, and they're complaining about that, some of the Czech fans.
How? I mean, he doesn't know what's round him. He goes to clear it out for a corner, goes to clear it with his right foot, hits his left shin and goes back to the goalkeeper.
Czech Republic have it at the back. It's the voice of former England defender Stephen Warnock. Bring you this live commentary. We've got two more for you as well. Turkey versus Portugal at 5 with Ian and Chris Sutton, and then Belgium, Romania with John Murray and Izzy Christensen at 8. Your home of the Euros and the 2024 general election, as Czech Republic winners throw in on the right hand side. 22 minutes of the game gone. In comes another long throw from Sofal, and it might break here, and a chance, and it's in. Will this count? I think it will. Czech Republic have the lead through Hlozek, and there was a bit of good fortune about it. There are Georgian players on the ground in the penalty area. They're asking for a free kick in the build-up to this. There will be a Czech, but it's the Czechs that lead Georgia by a 0-0.
Yeah, well, I think there's a little bit of good fortune for Czech Republic here as the ball's thrown into the penalty box. I think there's a challenge that comes in from Kokorashvili, and he almost kicks it against the centre forward because he makes a recovering challenge and then actually ricochets off the goalkeeper
Was it handball by Hlozek?
Yeah, and I think that's the question they're asking, isn't it?
Does it touch his...
No, it's off his chin.
Oh, but does it come off his arm after his face?
Wow, this is going to be
look.
interesting from the VAR point of view, because he has the shot here, Hlozek. Saved by the goalkeeper, he pushes it up, then it comes off the chin, then onto the arm. I don't think this will count.
I think this will be ruled out. I agree. It comes off his chin, and then there's a definite movement with his left arm, and it comes off his arm last. So I think the Georgians will get a reprieve here. We'll wait and see. The VAR check is ongoing as it stands. 1-0 to Czech Republic. He doesn't know anything about it hitting his arm.
But if it doesn't hit his arm, John, it doesn't go in. He does make the momentum. It's not the ball's heading that way anyway. It comes down off his face and then he pushes it down.
And it has been ruled out for handball, and it will be a goal kick to Georgia. Handball, no goal is the VAR decision, and you can hear the 10,000 Georgian supporters celebrating and the Czech Republic fans jeering. That is a bit of a let-off.
It is, but it's the right decision, and I'm glad we got to it quite quickly. They've made the right decision there. I thought there was something within this goal, because the way that one of the defenders, I think it was Dvali, straight away put his hand up, and he was asking for something, but I didn't know whether it was asking for a foul on his own player, but obviously he spotted something.
The reaction of players actually do tell you quite a lot in those situations, don't they?
Yeah, they do, absolutely. Usually when it's a legitimate goal, you get players sinking to the knees and they know it's been a goal, but when you get a reaction like that and they're running towards the referee, usually you've had your eye on something. Great spot.
Good use of the video assistant referee, and as you said, it was a decision which was made quickly, and it's 0-0. and we've had 25 minutes in Hamburg.
They had a goal against them the other day, Turkey, where they could possibly have gone 2-0 down, and then the Georgians came back into the game. Will that be the catalyst again to liven them up a little bit? Because they have gone a little bit quiet. They've sat back deep and they've been allowed Czech Republic to come onto them.
Czech Republic have got some space here. Černy's free in the middle. If Czech can find him, and in comes the cross, and it takes a deflection and it dribbles through to the goalkeeper.
What a block. Had to make it as well, because if he doesn't, Czech's picking out his teammate in the middle of the box who was running in, and it looked, for all intents and purposes, that Černy would have got in at that back post and got an effort on the goal.
You love a full-back block, don't you?
Oh, I do. I absolutely do. The thing is, though, people sometimes don't realise how important that is. I mean, that was a huge block. I mean, it's not a block that stops a goal, as in the shot at goal, but it potentially does with the cross that was coming in.
Yeah, it's maybe one of those underappreciated things in football, that. There's just a little toe in there, but it could well have found its way to Černy, as here's the magic man, Kvaratskhelia, who's running at the defence and twisting and turning and beat 2 or 3 and then was dispossessed on the edge of the penalty area, and Czech Republic will come forward. Czech Republic now with 11 shots and 4 on target, and Georgia yet to threaten the goal. Czech Republic kicking from left to right. In white, 0-0. In possession on the left-hand side with Provot of Slavia Prague. Goes infield. Černy's got some space. Will he have a go? No. Nice 1-2. Good football this from Czech Republic. Černy! He's missed his kick. How has he missed that? He just got a toe on it. Couldn't find its way through. Flag might have gone up anyway, but he'll be glad to see that it did, because this is a great chance if not. Yeah,
beautiful football, and just at the end he tries to play another. He plays in a 1-2 on the edge of the box, then Souček's probably around about the penalty spot. He tries another little 1-2. Souček can't sort his feet out. The Georgian players switch off, but Souček was in an offside position, but he should have shot earlier, Černy, because that is a big opportunity for him.
So foul, crossing to the penalty area from the right-hand side, left-footed, headed away by Georgia. 0-0, and a free kick for Georgia, midway inside their own half. Černy of Wolfsburg, with his balding head, and that's being kind, he's got into some good positions so far, Černy, in the game.
Yeah, he has, and that was the one where you're thinking, just let it go with your left foot. The first 1-2, it had opened the goal up beautifully, and you're thinking side foot it into the far left-hand corner, but it was almost like they wanted that perfect goal, another 1-2, and it wasn't needed.
Free kick taken by Georgia, high. Czech Republic are winning almost everything up the pitch in the air, and they're strong, and they've won possession again, and they're running towards the edge of the penalty area, and it's a fierce shot and a good save. Just parried it, patted it down, Mamuradashvili there, and well, there's another shot. There's now 5 on target for Czech Republic, and a good effort from Hlozek again.
Yeah, Hlozek's been very dangerous every time he's got the ball. He's probably had about 3 or 4 opportunities. The goal disallowed from him, but Kvaratskhelia, he allowed Hlozek to get the ball. He could have just cleared it, but he invited him onto him. Hlozek pinched his pocket and then got the shot at goal.
Only 21, Hlozek, Bayer Leverkusen, so well used to spending time in Germany. Can play wide or down the middle. He's the youngest player at Euro 2020 at 18, and Czech Republic in possession again on the left-hand side. Cross comes in, intercepted by Georgia, who bring the ball forward with Kochashvili. Pull play to the left-hand side, looking for Kvaratskhelia. Goes out of play, throw in for Georgia. Mekfabishvili in the centre of midfield. Moves it back out to the left. They've got a little bit of possession here with Tsistaishvili. Kvaratskhelia again. Georgia in possession. Kashia, the captain. Diwali. And a rare bit of respite for them. They've put in a real shift. It's most of it's been Defensive work so far. They started the game really well, but they haven't managed to get Davidashvili away and running at the Czech Republic backline since those opening few minutes of the game. Definitely got pace. They definitely look susceptible to it, Czech Republic, as they're still in possession now on the left-hand side, building patiently here. Davidashvili, close-up of the crowd and draped in Georgian flags with faces painted, the fans, those red crosses on the white backgrounds. Georgia still in possession, deep in their own territory. Half an hour gone. 0-0. Czech Republic have had a goal ruled out. They're forced to go long there, Georgia, and Czech Republic have possession back.
Yeah, I just wonder, I mean, hindsight's a lovely thing in football, isn't it? And you just wonder whether, looking at the game and the way it's going, would it have been more sensible to have Davidashvili on the bench and bring him on with 20-30 minutes to go when the Czech team are a little bit tired, but then the manager Willy Sagnol's probably thinking, well, we've got to stay within the game, we've got to cause Czech Republic problems, we can't invite too much pressure on, we've got to have some type of a threat. That is the troubles and the questions always posed to managers.
That's what he did in the last game, wasn't it? He brought him on, probably thought this game going to start him, try and be a threat from the start, and he has been a threat, no doubt about that. Here's Mikhail Tadze for Georgia, but Czech Republic win possession back. Header on the halfway line, bit of head tennis. Who can bring it down? It's Czerny for Czech Republic. Challenge goes in, looked like a free kick, but the referee says play on. Czerny tries to toe poke it out to the left hand side. It's intercepted. There's a Czech player down, injured near the halfway line. He's back up on his feet now, and Georgia in possession 15 yards inside their own half, and it's 0-0.
Yeah, it was Schick who went down, and the Czech Republic fans wanted the ball kicking out, but the Czech Republic players were carrying on when he was down because they felt there was an opportunity to counter-attack, and then lost the ball and turned it over to Georgia.
Every day during the Euros, we've got 5 Live Football Daily for you, bringing you analysis, debate, big name interviews. Today we've got Gordon Smart and Line of Duty's Martin Compston taking over the pod, talking about all things Scotland, with new episodes dropped daily. You can subscribe right now, BBC Sounds, so you don't miss it each day. And there is a little bit on this for Scotland. If this ends up a draw, there's a possibility that Scotland could qualify as a third place qualifier with 2 points. Don't ask me to go into it. It is very, very complicated.
I was just about to say, can you elaborate a little bit more? But no.
Negative. But that is, I'm told, a fact. If this is a draw, Scotland could qualify as a third place qualifier with 2 points. Georgia in possession on the left hand side. In comes a cross, it's deflected. Maybe a chance here, it might drop for someone. Georgia's still got it. Shot comes in from the edge of the box, but blocked, and it's dribbled towards the halfway line. They've still got possession.
Davidashvili had the ball there, and he's wanting his wing-back Kakabadze to make a move for him in behind the full-back, and he did nothing to help him. And it was very easy for the Czech team to nullify the danger, but we haven't seen much from Georgia. But Davidashvili on the left-hand side, he delivers a ball in, it gets a little bit deflected, causes a little bit of unrest in the Czech Republic defence. They couldn't get that shot away that they were desperate for.
As we're just watching a replay, we'll go racing, shall we, to Royal Ascot, to the Chesham Stakes. John Hunt.
Yes, this is a 7-furlong race, John, the opening race on the final day of Royal Ascot. All eyes on Bedtime Story here, the hot favourite for Aidan O'Brien and Ryan Moyes, coasting along in third place. The leader, though, is Motawahid as they come down to the final 2 furlongs. Bedtime Story now being asked for an effort. Expensive Rose is right there as well, and Miss El Fundi is running a big race too. Lazy Griff starting to stay on. Metro Dubai is next, but in the blink of an eye, Bedtime Story has shot clear. My word, this is impressive. Well, yesterday afternoon here at Royal Ascot, we saw a wonderful filly win the Albany Stakes in absolutely amazing style. That was Fairy Godmother. This horse, Bedtime Story, has pulverised the field. Pentle Bay, I think, was second. Brian was third. But John, when I tell you that Bedtime Story's probably won by 10 lengths, you'll appreciate that was a stunning effort. Bedtime Story, the Chesham winner, What a win as well. Back to Georgia and the Czech Republic with John Akers.
Thank you, John. Extraordinary. 10-length winner, approximately, we think. We just had probably Georgia's best move of the game so far, and Sofal had to put a low cross out for a corner, and we're going to see that corner now from the right-hand side. Referee's blown his whistle, though. Spotted some pushing and shoving in the penalty area. Stephen just picked the bones out of that little move down the right-hand side from Georgia.
Yeah, really nice play. Mekbashvili down the right-hand side. He pulls it back, and you're thinking need runners, but Sofal dealt with the danger at the front post and, like you say, put it out for a corner. But best passage of play for Georgia. Sitaishvili with the corner, in it comes, headed away at the near post. Would he get another chance to cross though from the left? He will. He's level with the penalty area, goes short instead. There are 5 players for Georgia in the penalty area, in it comes, headed away by Czech Republic again, hooked up in the air, flicked on. Can they bring the ball down here, Georgia? They can't. It's just a little bit late there. Just a little bit late there. Kasia, Guram Kasia, the captain, 36 years of age, didn't quite get there, caught Sofal, Souček rather, and it's going to be a yellow card for Kasia. I think he's still trying to get there. He was that late. I mean, that was a poor challenge, wasn't it? That was an almost a tired challenge, but make sure that the Czech Republic don't counter-attack on us.
Kasia, who has got a tattoo of John Lennon on his leg, and he gets teased that it looks like Harry Potter. Again, that was William this morning on Patrick Kilty's show on Beat the Commentator. Thank you for that one, William. Right, let's get an update from South Africa. Wales at Twickenham. Alfie Reynolds.
South Africa 14, Wales 10. The Wales captain Dowie Lake has scored their first try from close range. Bit scrappy. Wales won't care. It brings them into touching distance with 8 minutes left to play in the first half. South Africa 14, Wales 10.
Kozak just went down on the edge of the D there, attacking for Czech Republic, and they want a free kick. But I don't think the referee's given it, unless he's called it back very late, has he?
No, he's given it to the Georgia player,
okay.
Mikatadze, because it broke up to him, and then he received a foul as he tried to turn, and then the referee gave the Georgians the free kick. He wasn't interested in the Czech Republic foul.
So it'll be a free kick for Georgia then, 15 yards inside their own half, 8 minutes plus added time to half-time, still 0-0. Georgia in their first tournament. Czech Republic quarter-finalists twice out of the last 3.
Be honest, John, what were your thoughts when you got given games with Georgia in it? Because I'll tell you mine, I was thinking this could be hard, as in a hard watch when you get a 4 or 5-0er. I think they've been outstanding. I've really enjoyed watching them.
They're coming forward down the left-hand side. I've enjoyed watching them. I think, going forward, they've got some exciting players, and just seeing the fans and what it means to the whole country. It's only 4.9 million as a population, just to qualify for it. And I know they only beat Cyprus in qualifying. They beat them twice and they've qualified, and a lot of people thought, is that right? But they are giving as good as they get here against Czech Republic, and they did so too against Turkey, and they've scored, and they look like they've got a goal threat going forward. I've enjoyed it. Czech fans bouncing up and down. In fact, the atmosphere is absolutely electric. Both sets of supporters, as that's a free kick. Just on halfway for Czech Republic, left-hand side. Souček turns back inside. Czech Republic bring the ball over the halfway line. 0-0. Summarised already made several good saves for Georgia as the challenge snaps in, and it's going to be a yellow card here for Provot, who scored in the first game for Czech Republic, and he's gone into the book, and it'll be a free kick for Georgia midway inside their own half. Centre field. He's just late there. It's a nice little turn, actually, isn't it, from Mikatadze?
Yeah, lovely turn. He's card happy, the referee, isn't he, the German referee? Daniel Siebert, he's making sure that he's stamping his authority on the game, but I'm not so sure that the yellow cards, apart from the Cashier one, I don't think the other 2 are yellow cards on Provot and Sofal. Provot
in the book. Free kick taken by Mamardashvili. high, does find a red shirt, low cross. Is there an opportunity to get a shot in here? Challenge goes in brilliantly from Czech before Mikotadze can put in the shot. But they've got the ball back. Kvaratskhelia has been quiet in the last 15 minutes of the game with some nice feet. And it's going to be a corner for Georgia on the left-hand side, and he kisses the ball and then puts it back down in his white boots. Kvaradona. Can Georgia sneak something from a set piece? In it comes. He's duffed the corner, but I think they're going to get another try at it. They are, luckily for them, because he completely duffed it.
Yeah, well, the set pieces haven't been good enough from Georgia so far. They've had 2 corners now that have hit the near post, and you've just got to make sure that you concentrate on this. Can be a game changer. This can be the moment that wins you a game of football. Concentration levels, not only of the players going in, but the set piece taker have to be at their absolute maximum.
Kvelia, Kasia, Diwali have all come up from the back. In it comes again. This one is struck probably too well, and it's claimed by the goalkeeper. Too close to him, and no one anywhere near Staniek, the Czech goalkeeper, and he clears long, looking for Czerny, but Georgia win possession. Staniek, 28, probably the only player, I would say he is the only player in the competition to have played for Hyde United. Are they going to get another corner here? They certainly thought they should have had one, but it is a goal kick for Czech Republic, as they broke down the left-hand side there, and it was Mikotadze who thought he had the corner. Goal kick though for Czech Republic.
Good opportunity for Mikotadze. I think he felt that there was a touch from the Czech Republic player, because he could have kept it alive, and it was a bit of disappointment from him.
Czech Republic in possession. 3 minutes plus added time to half-time on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Just say play BBC 5 Live on your smart speaker after the command, as it's chipped forward. A bit wasted that. It's some leap. 6'6" he is, Mamardashvili. He is massive, 23. I can see why Paul Robinson was talking about him being the best goalkeeper in La Liga in that last season. And at just 23 years of age, apparently Newcastle interested in him, £35 million. Of course, Dubravka played brilliantly, I thought, yesterday in the game I was covering, but 35 years of age now.
He's better than Dubravka, a lot better. Dubravka at times last year I thought caused Newcastle problems, and I thought he probably should have done better on occasions. I think Mamardashvili is definitely an upgrade on him.
Saved the first Greek penalty in that playoff when they won 4-2 as well. Made that stop. There's a Georgia player down injured. He's back up on his feet now though. Crashed into the advertising hoardings there, actually, David Ashvili, didn't he? Smashed into them. And it's going to be a free kick right on the right-hand touchline, midway inside the Czech Republic half, on the right-hand side. 2 minutes plus added time remaining at the end of the first half. Georgia 0, Czech Republic 0 on 5 Live. They've got another chance though to deliver. The referee puts his magic spray back in its holster, Daniel Siebert, and there's a look of determination on the bearded face of Tsitsashvili as he gets ready to take this left-footed free kick. They've sent plenty of their big players forward, and it comes, but headed away at the near post. They're giants, aren't they, this Czech side? Whenever you put the ball in the air in their penalty area, they've dealt with everything really well so far, as Georgia have got possession back on the right-hand side. Winner throw-in, 15 yards inside the Czech Republic half on the right.
If you keep on hitting the near post, at some point you've got to say, we've got to change the way that we're playing the free kicks in, so they're whipping them in, if you like, just to give you an idea, rather than floating one in. Now, if you float a ball, you're going to miss that near post. Okay, it becomes a little bit more difficult to get pace on the header that you're looking for. It's better than hitting the front post on 3 occasions.
Kakabadze with the throw, and there's a free kick for Mikotadze and Georgia right at the end of the half. They've won a few corners, few set pieces inside the Czech half, and maybe, as Stephen Warnock was saying now, they'll learn from some of these deliveries now and perhaps deliver a little deeper. This is actually in a better position. And Kvaratskhelia comes across. It's 5 yards in from the right-hand touchline. It's probably about 35, 40 yards from goal. It's not a chance to shoot, but to cross. There will be 2 minutes of added time. The board's about to go up. 2 minutes of added time at the end of the first half on 5 Live. Can Georgia create something here with their playmaker, feature Kvaratskhelia, 23-year-old of Napoli? 31 caps, 15 goals for his country. In it comes right-footed. Doesn't beat the first man, but it might well fall here. Big chance, saved by the legs. Oh, wow, what a chance for Kasia. He can't believe he's missed it, the captain. And Staniek makes an important save at the end of the half for Czech Republic. Should have scored.
Oh, he should have scored. They missed the front man out. Finally, they get that delivery into the box, and it takes a little flick, and there's a mix-up between the Czech players, and he should do better, Kasia. He takes it down, he sets himself, he tries to roll it in the bottom corner. Credit to the goalkeeper, Staniek. He sticks out a left leg, but there is a check here for a penalty, John.
For handball. Potential handball, VAR penalty check for Georgia. Didn't spot anything in real time. I think they're claiming it was Cranch, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that's a penalty. Actually, let's go have a look. Ooh, interesting. Now this will be interesting to see.
We've only seen one replay.
Yeah, we got one angle and it wasn't the greatest of angles, but they've obviously checked 3 or 4. But the referee's gone to the monitor.
Well, that freeze frame,
wow,
looks like handball.
Well, I thought it was his touch that brought it under control.
He's going to give it, isn't he?
He has.
He has given it. Penalty for Georgia. Handball by Cranch. This is extraordinary. Right at the end of the first half, Georgia have the chance to take the lead against Czech Republic.
Well, there was just no claims of handball at all, and I think it was purely because it fell to Kasia, but Dvali on the replay there, he's the one who puts his hand up. I said before about players giving referees signals, giving them something that they've seen, but Kasia, he'll be a relieved man if this goes in, because he should probably have scored from that situation, from that set piece, but now Georgia have got, what an opportunity in the closing stages of this first half to get themselves in front.
The fans can't believe it, the Georgia fans. They're bouncing up and down. Georgi Sisaichvili is going to take it. An unnatural position which made the body bigger, said the VAR. They've actually switched it. It's Mikhail Tadze, isn't it? He had the ball under his arm there, but Mikhail Tadze is going to take it. Scored in the first game, the 23-year-old from Metz, on loan from Ajax. Can he find a goal? Puffs out his cheeks, looks down, sweat dripping from his brow. What a moment this is in Georgia's footballing history. They have a chance to take the lead in this so important second group game. In added time at the end of the first half. Haven't had a shot on target, well, one shot on target so far. Up he steps right-footed and scores! And Georgia lead against the Czech Republic. Extraordinary scenes inside the stadium. 10,000 Georgia fans in their first ever tournament are going absolutely berserk. It's a great penalty, and Czech Republic have it all to do now. Georgia 1, Czech Republic 0.
Well, he tried everything, the Czech Republic players, to slow it down, to make sure that they were trying to put him off and slow his process down in his head, to put more pressure on him. But Mikhail Tadze, he was so calm, so focused, he had his head down, he takes 2 huge breaths before he steps up, and he sends the goalkeeper Staniek the wrong way, and it's a magnificent penalty because it's into the side netting, and that is quite brilliant under pressure to give his team a 1-0 lead.
Mikhail Tadze's penalty, he was so cool, and his celebration's cool as well. What a moment in this tournament. Georgia, lowest ranked side, 1-0 up against the Czech Republic, who've had so many efforts at their goal, but they knew that going into this. Their goalkeeper, Mamardashvili, was going to have to play well. and then when they got a chance, they're going to have to take it. But here they come at the other end, and there's another good save from Mamardashvili. Brilliant save from Schick. Left foot shot in added time of added time. And he's got down low quickly for 6'6". How quickly does he get down?
Oh, lovely feet from Patrick Schick to get the opportunity. Shifts it onto his left foot, drives it into the bottom left-hand corner. But what a big right arm that is to push it round the post.
Corner taken, headed away by Georgia. The fans are whistling, wanting the referee to blow for half-time. We've had 50 minutes of the first half now. 5-0, cleared away by Georgia, pumped back in by Czech Republic. Still no sign of this half-time whistle. Another header clear by Georgia, and now we do get the half-time whistle. And what a story we have for you here on 5 Live. Georgia leading the Czech Republic by a 0-0 through that penalty at the end of the half. Stephen Warnock.
Oh, what a magnificent game of football from start to finish in half-time. I mean, you're looking at Georgia came out the blocks very quickly, but then Czech Republic, they created so many opportunities, but they could not beat Mamardashvili in the Georgian goal. Then they get themselves a penalty score. But Mamardashvili is the story of the game, isn't he? The saves that he's made, he's kept Georgia in it, and at the other end, they've helped him out, and they've got themselves a goal to take into the half-time with a 1-0 lead.
I make it 6 saves in the half for Mamardashvili. Georgia 1. Czech Republic 0 at half-time.
Stay with us, guys. I want to bring Paul Robinson straight back in, because we were talking about him before the game, Mamardashvili. He's been absolutely superb, Paul.
He's been brilliant. Going to have to be brilliant between now and the end of the game as well. He's been brilliant in this first half. 6 saves there, like John said in commentary, but they weren't easy saves. The one at the end there where he got low down to his right-hand side, 6'6", he gets down very, very quickly, but it's his positional sense around the goal that really impresses me. It's a shot from distance. He doesn't get drawn too close to the ball. He holds his ground. His footwork around his area. He's been very, very impressive, the goalkeeper, but I don't think that his afternoon's finished just yet, Steve.
Is that the best save, that one at the end of the half, right on half-time?
Yeah, and I like the one, his reflex one, that led to the Czechia goal that was disallowed for handball in the build-up. He actually stands up and he makes a really good reaction save. But for him, for his frame, for his stature, the last save just before the half ended, and especially after all the hype and the penalty, they say you're the most vulnerable to concede a goal after you've just scored, and that was the case. But he kept his concentration, he's kept his team in the game.
Stephen, you got to feel for Stanek a little bit, the Czech Republic goalkeeper, because he made an amazing save, which now doesn't really exist because of the VAR and a penalty.
Yeah, you don't feel sorry for goalkeepers. Sorry, Robbo, can't help you out there. No, listen, it was a really good save, but it's another great spot by VAR, and that's the great side of VAR when we do see things like that. The first camera angle we got, myself and John, we weren't so sure, but then you see the second one and it's blatantly obvious, but it's a magnificent penalty, and listen, this is going to be teed up for an outstanding second half.
Also, Paul, I was looking at this earlier, so Georgia are here because they won through the playoffs, and they got a massive slice of luck in the semi-finals of the playoffs. They were playing Luxembourg. Luxembourg equalised. The goal was ruled out by VAR, and then a Luxembourg player was sent off in the process, so it's treated them very well.
I mean, listen, they've had an incredible story and a run into these finals, haven't you? There's the saying they've come in through the back door, but I think they've come down the back garden path as well. They shouldn't even be here, should they? I mean, it's an incredible story for them to be here, the opportunity that they've had. But like Warney said there in commentary, they've actually been a good watch. They've got players who are good going forward. Defensively, they know what they are. They're organised, and they're giving themselves a real opportunity. I mean, this result could throw the group wide open.
Yeah, and it's also worth saying as well, Stephen, that quite often at major tournaments we talk about these smaller nations who might have one galactic star in their team. If you're going to have two, a tricky winger and a goalkeeper, then you're in a good position, aren't you? Yeah,
I'd like the tricky winger to turn up a little bit more, though, because I think he's...
I agree.
Yeah, I think he's struggled a little bit. I think there's been other performers who've done better than him. Davitashvili's been a better player for me in this tournament so far than him, and he's only played probably one game of football because he only came on second half against Turkey, but the goalkeeper's the star of the show. Mamardashvili, I mean, he's been outstanding. The big thing is that he's gonna get worked because of the team in front of him, but you've got to be able to perform, and he's at his very, very best.
Yeah, I can't remember who said before the game as well that, it's also about being in the shop window, and he plays for a massive club in Valencia, but there are Premier League clubs who are very, very keen, and he's definitely putting himself in the shop window, even at the size of club he's at. Thank you very much for the time being, guys. Well, we're halfway towards a huge story there. Georgia have only been playing football since 1990. A year later, they declared independence from the Soviet Union. Just think what this means to their fans. But they're only halfway there. Georgia 1, Czech Republic 0. We'll be back with more after the news on 5 Live with Jill McKenzie.
The voice of the UK.
And the home of the Euros and the general election 2024.
This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
Thanks, Steve. The leaders of the Conservatives, Labour and the Liberal Democrats have strongly criticised Nigel Farage's comments after he claimed the West provoked Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The Reform UK leader told the BBC the expansion of the EU and NATO gave President Putin a reason to tell the Russian people they're coming for us. Rishi Sunak said his remarks were completely wrong, and Sir Keir Starmer called them disgraceful. The Israeli military says it's hit 2 Hamas infrastructure sites in Gaza City, with reports that a senior Hamas commander was killed. Hamas says at least 38 people died in the strikes and that a residential block was hit repeatedly. Police, firefighters and dog teams are continuing the search for a British teenager who's gone missing on the Spanish island of Tenerife. Jay Slater last contacted friends on Monday morning, saying he was lost and needed water. And some customers of Pretty Little Thing have criticised the company after their accounts were deactivated. The online retailer emailed some shoppers saying they'd returned too many items, so they wouldn't be allowed to order any more.
BBC Radio 5 Live.
We're launching a brand new offshoot of the Martin Lewis podcast, confusingly called Not the Martin Lewis Podcast. I'm going to be asking specialist questions about subjects I don't normally cover. There's one for renters and their rights. We'll be talking inheritance tax, then a special on how to save for your pension, and finally, all the complex and convoluted rules about income tax and national insurance. Serious information, all available in the Not the Martin Lewis Podcast, part of the Martin Lewis Podcast. Get it on BBC Sounds.
Euro 2024 with Steve Crossman.
On 5 Live and BBC Sounds.
Hello there, welcome back to Berlin. We're having a great time today. Lots of brilliant football to bring you. Maybe a great story, not if you're a Czech fan, clearly. But Georgia, at their first major tournament, leading Czech Republic by 1-0 at half-time. Once we're done with that game, we'll be building up to Turkey versus Portugal at 5 o'clock. And then Belgium-Romania, another really big one at 8 p.m. tonight. In the tennis, semi-finals day at Queen's. Correspondent Russell Fuller is there.
One set all between the world number 43 Jordan Thompson of Australia and the world number 30 Lorenzo Musetti of Italy. It was the Italian that won the first set 6-3. Thompson winning the second set 6-3 despite having had quite regular treatment on his back. He's in some discomfort, but it's one game all in the decider with a winner to play Tommy Paul or Sebastian Korda, the Americans who meet in the second semi-final. And some news from Berlin, the WTA event there. Arina Sabalenka pulled out with a shoulder problem in her quarter-final earlier today. And Ons Jabeur, last year's Wimbledon runner-up, in fact for the last 2 years, retired with illness after losing the first set of her quarter-final to Coco Gauff on a tie-break. Thank you very much, Russell. God, we've got such great sporting venues today on 5 Live Sport. We're at Queen's, we're in Berlin, which is home of the glorious Olympia Stadion. We're at Twickenham as well, South Africa and Wales in that rugby union friendly half-time. Alfie Reynolds.
Half-time, South Africa 14, Wales 13, a one-point game and a pleasing opening half for this inexperienced Wales team who very few people gave a chance to coming into this one. South Africa raced into the lead, 2 tries in the opening 15 minutes, Jesse Creel and a penalty try. Wales also saw Rio Dyer and Aaron Wainwright sin bin, but the boot of Sam Costello and Dowie Lake's try mean they are right in this. Half-time score, South Africa 14, Wales 13.
Don't discount Exeter's Sandy Park when the weather is nice either. In a couple of minutes' time we'll be underway. Gloucester Hartpury trying to defend their Premiership women's title against Bristol Bears. Sarah Orchard.
Yeah, the sun is shining and we'll have the circus against the entertainers as the teams come out here into this glorious sunshine. Perfect for the neutral today. And Gloucester Hartpury, they're littered with England and Wales internationals, and their stated aim at the start of the season was to go back to back. They've only dropped one game all season, meaning Bristol know they are the underdogs. They're led by the impressive Red Rose Lock Abby Ward, whose husband Dave Ward is the Bears head coach, and their unique high tempo, almost Sevens style rugby will really have to be on point if they're going to take that trophy back up the M5. You can watch the match in full on the BBC Sport website and on the iPlayer. Kick-off is just moments away.
we spoke to, the former Hull City manager, shot at Arveladze earlier. Georgian legend, their top scorer. He'll be enjoying Georgia 1, Czech Republic 0. Hull FC in Super League are at home this afternoon. Let's go there right now. Matt Newsom.
Yeah, Hull FC, I don't know whether it's quite as good as Berlin, Steve, but anyway, we're here. Warrington Wolves are the visitors for this one, and Sam Burgess's early days relationship with Warrington had been going rather serenely until the last couple of weeks when they've lost their last 3, so you could say this is maybe their first lover's tip in that particular relationship. As for Hull FC, well, they've only won 2 games all season. They haven't won back-to-back matches since July 2023, but having put Leeds away last week, they have that opportunity here today. Lovely day, sunshine, green pitch, perfect game. Here we go.
And if we're talking venues, we better talk Royal Ascot. John Hunt.
Yes, coming up 2 major races. They're at the post already for the Hardwick Stakes, Steve. There, the favourites include Continuous, the St Leger winner from last year. The King and Queen here once again this afternoon. They have a runner in this race, Desert Hero, and 2 from further afield, Goliath for France and Miss the Cut representing the United States of America. And after that, the big sprint of the day, the Queen Elizabeth II Jubilee Stakes. Can Cardem repeat last year's shock win?
Thank you very much, John. Formula 1, by the way, in Barcelona this weekend for the Spanish Grand Prix. Qualifying is starting right now. Live commentary and text coverage via the BBC Sport website and app at the T20 Cricket World Cup. India take on Bangladesh in the Super 8s. That one starts in half an hour's time. You can listen to that one if you want on 5 Sports Extra. Their coverage is going to start at 3:15. England, remember, in action tomorrow against USA, one of the host nations. They must win to stand a chance of reaching the semi-finals. It is finals day at the Charlotte Edwards Cup as well. The Blaze already through to tonight's final, beating Central Sparks by 5 wickets. They will face either South East Stars or Southern Vipers later. Just getting underway in their semi-final at Derby, and the South East Stars are 58 for 1. Commentary on the BBC Sport website. An app of that plus tonight's final is going to be on 5 Sports Extra and BBC Sounds from about 6:45. Almost ready for second half commentary in Hamburg. Georgia leading the Czech Republic by 1-0. Then we'll be doing Turkey versus Portugal for you. We've still got former England goalkeeper Paul Robinson with us. Paul, interesting for Portugal, isn't it? They didn't really look like the sum of their parts in their win over Czech Republic.
No, there were some people's outsiders, or not outsiders for this tournament, but I think a lot of people fancied them. You look at the squad, you look at their record going into this tournament, what Roberto Martinez has done is something that the England manager hasn't done at the moment. He's managed to get their top quality players playing in a formation and a style where they're winning games and winning games convincingly. Portugal come into this game winning all 10 qualification games with an average of 36-2. So I was surprised at their little lacklustre performance in their opening game. But listen, we've said it about England. They got the job done and that they won. Albeit in the 92nd minute was the winner. They got the 3 points. But I think the Turkey opposition will be a different proposition. I was impressed with them. I thought they were probably involved in the game of the tournament at the time against Georgia, and the goals that they scored were really impressive.
You know what, you've hit on a really important point there about qualifying. It always makes me think of the 2006 World Cup here in Germany when everyone went wild for Serbia and Montenegro, who qualified. I don't think they conceded a goal, or they conceded 1 goal. Sure enough, they rocked up at the tournament and got smashed by everybody. So maybe the lesson is ignore qualifying.
Well, yeah, I mean, you look at England's history, and myself included in my time there, you generally tended to qualify for tournaments with ease at a canter. And when you get to the tournament football is very different, as we're seeing.
You know, the other thing is that I suppose it can be a help in another way. How many tournaments have Turkey been like people's dark horses? You know, you speak to someone and they tell you it like it's the first time anyone else has said it. They go, I tell you might be quite good. Turkey. Every time they're built up, they're awful. So actually, they beat Germany in Berlin a few months ago, but because they've been a bit ropey since then, do you think that can help? Because they're under the radar for the first time in a long time.
Well, they've got Calhanoglu, haven't they, in the midfield, and they've got a couple of really good youngsters playing out wide. Yildiz at Juve and Guia, I think I've said his name right, at Real Madrid, both 19 years old. I mean, Yildiz became the youngest non-Italian goalscorer to ever score for Juve this season. So I think they've got a plethora of young talent mixed with a lot of experience, and I'm excited to watch them again after the first game.
Calhanoglu is the kind of player as well, isn't he, where if you're a goalkeeper, you can't relax even if there's a free kick from about 40 yards out because he's capable.
Yeah, and he's switched on. He's aware. He's got a really good footballing brain, and that's the way he plays the game, both defensively and attacking. He's very, very clever. He's aware. He can see a pass, but he's one of those players that's got the quality to deliver what he can see.
He's a bit like, do you remember the Juninho, not the better Juninho from Middlesbrough, but the Juninho from Lyon?
Yeah.
Those free kicks were extraordinary. So we didn't really see much of that in the first game, but he's the big name, isn't he? He's the star.
Yeah, he's the star, with Yilmaz up front as the 9. They've got a decent attacking quartet there, if you like. But with Portugal, I'd like to see more from them. But I think you will do, because I think Portugal will come out and play more than the Czechs did. I think Czechia against Portugal, they were very, very defensive. They almost played 5 at the back with 4 in midfield sat in front of them, and they didn't offer a lot going forward. I think playing against this Turkish team will give Portugal more chance in the forward areas.
And seeing as you were picking John Hunt's brains about horses.
Hey, he was
Who
good,
have you
Steve.
tipped?
Steve, he was good, wasn't he? I mean,
always is.
He knows his onions. He gave us the winner for the first race. Bedtime
tipped for the Euros,
story
then?
absolutely romped home, and that wasn't even a listed race. I was very impressed.
Very quickly, who have you tipped for the Euros?
Listen, I tipped Romania outside, real outsiders before the tournament even started. But as I went for my favourites, I went the favourites as France.
I'm going to say it on air for the first time, Paul, and Guillaume Balaguer will back me up. Pre-tournament, I said Spain, and I'm sticking with Spain.
Best team there so far, aren't they?
Well, yeah, but that doesn't necessarily matter, does it? They could fall flat on their face in the last 16. It's that kind of tournament. Paul, thank you. That is former England goalkeeper Paul Robinson, and we're about ready for the second half in Hamburg. John.
Thank you very much, Steve. Georgia, the story, leading by 1-0 with that penalty at the end of the first half. Can't believe he's not mentioned you, Steve, and I think he's still a bit upset about the Theo Walcott thing earlier on with
yeah, possibly.
Anthony Gordon.
But I can't believe no one's gone Georgia. Favourites, gotta be. In and around it. I mean, they're the story though, aren't they? Massively the story coming out of this tournament so far. If they can get a win today, what a result this would be.
The Opta supercomputer gives them a 0.1% chance of winning the tournament.
So you're telling me there's a chance? What's that from? Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber, that's it. 37% chance, though, the Opta supercomputer, of qualifying for their group. From their group, rather. And they have a chance as we get underway for the second half. They lead Czech Republic by 1-0 on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Stephen Warnock alongside me as Georgia kicking from left to right in their red shirts at the start of this second half. No changes. It was that penalty right at the end of the half. Mikatadze, 23-year-old, has been playing at Metz, born in Lyon. And that was a clearance out of play and a throw-in. Sofal. These have looked quite dangerous, these long throws from Sofal. And here he comes again. Sofal, long throw, aimed in, goes over Souček's head, cleared away by Georgia. Let's go racing again then, shall we, to Royal Ascot, the Hardwick Stakes. John Hunt?
Yes, and we're well past halfway here in the Hardwick Stakes, and the leader is Elegant Man, one of the outsiders, with Candleford right alongside him now. Candleford, a winner of a handicap at this meeting 2 years ago. Turning for home for France, Goliath is in 3rd place, and then behind them, Isle of Jura in 4th. The favourite, Continuous, the St Leger winner, is now into 5th place, has gone past Crypto Force. Then we've got Middle Earth, who badly needs to pick up. The King's Runner Desert Hero is further back, and for America, missed the cut, struggling badly in last place. Candleford is trying to see it out. Isle of Jura with him, they're on the outside. Goliath in 3rd. Continuous and Middle Earth, the 2 favourites, have much work to do as Isle of Jura now pyres to the front. Less than a furlong to go. Isle of Jura is out in front, being chased by the French raider Goliath. Middle Earth staying on, but too late. Isle of Jura, an easy winner for jockey Callum Shepherd, who punches the air. He's delighted. Goliath and Middle Earth were next, and the favourite Continuous only in 4th place. A big win then for trainer George Scott and jockey Callum Shepherd. Isle of Jura, a surprise winner of the Hardwick Stakes, John.
Paul Robinson won't be happy. Thank you very much, John. Appreciate that. You've missed nothing in Hamburg. It's still Georgia 1, Czech Republic 0. We just had some treatment for a while to a Georgia player, but he's back on his feet, and Czech Republic hoist one high towards Schick, playing up front, leading scorer alongside Ronaldo in 2021 with 5 goals, and scored that incredible goal against Scotland from almost 50 yards. As Georgia come forward down the left-hand side, low cross in is a good one, and it's cleared away, falling backwards. The defender Krejci, and Georgia have it again on the left-hand side, trying to find a way to cross into the penalty area with Davidashvili. Now they've got a chance to cross left-footed again, and it comes, and it's patted down, and it will be safely into the hands of Staniek of the Czech Republic. We've had 3 minutes of the second half.
Lovely ball in from Titashvili in the first place. That was fizzed across the box, and it was his good work again down the left, but the second one was overcooked. But just on a little note, John, both wing-backs now of the Czech Republic have been booked as Jurasek was picked up with a booking for almost an elbow. It was quite nasty in the face of Mikatadze. If you were a Georgia player now, you'd be thinking, get at these two, try and get one of them sent off.
Just imagine if Georgia managed to get another one. They start this half quick as the ball's all the way back with their hero goalkeeper from the first half. We've had a try in the rugby. Let's go to South Africa, Wales at Twickenham. Alfie Reynolds.
South Africa 21, Wales 13. Blistering start to the second half for South Africa. Their third try scored by Makazole Mapimpi down the left wing just gives them a little bit more breathing space. We've played 8 minutes in the second half. South Africa 21, Wales 13.
Czech Republic in possession, 15 yards inside the Georgia half. Building patiently, and Georgia in a line of 5, and then 3, and then the 2 as they hurriedly snap in on challenges. They're not playing a press, they're just letting Czech Republic have it ahead of them at the moment as Czerny drifts forward and puts in a long crossfield ball which goes right over the head of Jurasek. We've also had a try in Super League, Hull FC versus Wolves. Matt Newsom.
Yeah, it's Warrington who have taken the lead here. Toby King just about getting the ball down, almost shoved behind the dead ball line, but he's managed to get it down, and Warrington, without winning 3, lead here at Hull.
Thank you, Matt. Matt, who's reporting on the rugby today, hope he doesn't mind me saying, flooded my bathroom once.
Really?
Yeah, we were on having a poker night, went for a quick shower, somehow left it running, and it was chaos.
Cost you a few quid.
Well, I want it back, don't worry. Czech Republic in possession, crossfield ball to Jurasek, as Stephen mentioned, was booked a few moments ago. Deep clearance from Georgia's all the way to Staniek. That went miles.
Yeah, I was thinking before about what the managers would be saying at half-time, and I was looking at Ivan Hašek, the Czech Republic manager, and I was thinking he'd be saying much of the same, because Mamadashvili's kept Georgia in the game. They've created 4 or 5 great opportunities, but they've just come up against an outstanding performance in the goal, so I don't think there'd be much difference in their approach to this second half.
And they are pressing again down the right. In comes the cross. Schick wins the header, balloons up in the air, and he's just so confident, comes off his line so quickly. You can't believe looking at him. He looks 23. He looks like a Bond villain. He's massive.
He's a good-looking Bond villain.
But you know what I mean, though. He has got that. He's absolutely huge.
Yeah,
6'6".
He's very commanding of his box. Makes sure that anything that goes up in the air, he uses that size. But he's not sluggish with it either. He's quick across the ground.
Full come Georgia down the right. You can hear the crowd lift as they attack. They're in possession. Centre field with Kochorashvili. Now on the right hand side, Kakabadze. It's a bit sloppy, that gone out of play, and Czech Republic have a throw in midway inside their own half on the left hand side. Had 41% possession in qualifying, Georgia, the lowest of any team, and 13% long passes in qualifying as well. But looking at the stats in the first half, they had more possession than Czech Republic, according to the stats that came up on our screen from UEFA at half-time. As Czech Republic are in possession, I think it was 53%. Jurasek in possession on the left-hand side for Czech Republic. Nice little step over, but a good challenge. Stephen Warnock absolutely loving the full-back play there again, and Georgia have got possession back, and maybe now they can break. It's with the superstar Kvaratskhelia, as you can tell, and he's brought down, and it's going to be another yellow card for the Czech Republic, this time for Holeš, the central defender. Tomáš Holeš, 31-year-old of Slavia Prague. wore the number 9 shirt as a holding midfielder, which messed with my head at the Euros in 2020, in 21. I don't know about you, but the holding midfield player wearing the number 9.
Steve Sidwell, Chelsea, number 9.
Didn't like it.
No? What, Steve Sidwell in number 9 or?
John Hartson playing up front wearing 5 for West Ham.
Interesting.
Couldn't get my head around that either. Free kick then for Georgia, and we're ready to see. He's seen enough, the Czech coach, and we're going to see Ivan Hasek make a couple of changes here and freshen things up. He's given it about 10 minutes, so 8 minutes of the second half, and he's going to make some changes attacking wise as Czech Republic trail Georgia by a goal to 0 on BBC Sounds, and that's a foul. It's by Kvaratskhelia. I'm surprised he's not brought out a yellow card for that. Most fouls seem to have been yellow cards so far from this referee Daniel Siebert of Germany. And it was Marco Fritz who made that big call with the handball, the penalty at the end of that half. Franac, the 24-year-old who's only played a few times for his country, just put out his left arm and it's stuck as Czerny comes forward. And a big chance for Souček running in, and it takes a deflection off a Georgia player, and it's behind for a corner for Czech Republic, I believe. No, it's offside. I think the flag's gone up against Czerny.
Yeah, he did a fraction too early, didn't he? But Davitashvili, he wasn't to know. And when you were talking about stats at half-time, John, he was the one Georgian player that was up there with 3 of the Czech Republic players for covering the most ground in the first half, and that stat didn't surprise me whatsoever.
Ondřej Linger is going to come on of Feyenoord. Czerny's going off, and so is Klozek, who scored in the first half, but the goal was ruled out by VAR again for handball. And we're going to see Maciej Jurasek as well come on. Maciej Jurasek, who's also on, he's only 20 years of age. So, changes then for Czech Republic. Czech Republic are in possession. On the left-hand side with Jurasek. Plays the ball down the line. Looking for Provot. Good defending, but Provot's got a chance to get the ball back here. Was that a free kick? No, says the referee. And the Czech fans don't like that. Now Georgia maybe have a chance to break over the halfway line. Away they go with Mikatadze. Challenge goes in, a fair one, and another challenge. Good defending that from Czech Republic, and they've won possession back.
Wrong decision, should have played in his teammate Davitashvili, who made a run on the outside of him. He was always treading water there. He was finding it really difficult to get away, Mikatadze. They're defending so well, Georgia. I mean, the back 3, I spoke about them in the first half, and this time it's Casillas. There's ball played in behind, he gets across and he gets a really important challenge because it's in the penalty box. He's been booked, a little bit wary of putting in a challenge. Superb tackle.
Yeah, it was Linger, the substitute, bursting in down the right-hand side with fresh legs as the corner swung into the penalty area. Headed partially clear, shot comes in from Jurasek, blocked by Georgia, and now they might break. Away they go towards the halfway line. It's a really good run this from Kvaratskhelia, who's got some support on his left. Georgia with a chance to make it 2-0. Oh, they put it wide. Wide of the goalkeeper's left-hand post. The effort in the end came in from Mekvavillashvili, and he's put it wide of the goalkeeper's left-hand post.
I'll tell you what, John, they counter-attack so well, Georgia. And Kvaratskhelia, he's the one who drives. I actually thought he released the pass a fraction too early. I think he can hold on to it a little bit longer, and he can push Holeš right back into his penalty box and cause him more problems. But big opportunity for Georgia to go 2-0 ahead. What a game this is.
1-0 Georgia lead. 57 minutes played. Czech Republic will find it very, very difficult to qualify if they don't get something out of this game. Georgia in their first tournament, leading through that penalty. Czech Republic have had the most chances, and here they go again down the right, and that's another good piece of full-back play with another block of a cross and another corner for Czech Republic, and Sofal waves his arms into the air to that red wall behind the goal to get them going.
Yeah, they're going to need recovery bats after this, the Georgian players, because they absolutely thrown themselves into this game.
Corner taken, and it comes, free header, they've hit the post and it's in! It's Jurasek, is it? No, it's Schick. Schick gets the touch. And from the set piece, Georgia have been undone. He didn't know much about it. It just hit him. But Czech Republic are very much back in the game. And their shirtless fans behind the goal swing their shirts round their heads. And it's 1-1.
Well, it was going to take something special to beat them, and it's a special delivery in from the set piece from Sofal, and as it glanced in the near post, it ricochets off the post. It's a free header for the Czech Republic substitute, Linger at the near post, and it just comes up, hits the post, then it ricochets onto the chest of Patrick Schick. He doesn't know too much about it, but he doesn't care, but it's all about the delivery. The delivery is everything into the box, and they get themselves level.
Schick scores again, 5 goals in the last Euros, and what an important goal that could be for his country to level things up against Georgia. They'll be disappointed having been undone by a set piece by one of the not quite so tall players as well. Linger has come on as a substitute, but he's made a big impact. He won the corner, then won the header, down off the post, and then Schick, right place, right time, and actually did quite well to get his arms out the way of the ball and chest it over the line.
Yeah, he did really well, but as you say, John, Ondřej Linger, who's come off the bench, he's not the tallest, but what he does is he gets the wrong side of his defender. He gets goal side, which is poor defending from the Georgian players. They should do better in that situation. He's around about 5'10", Linger, and he gets that header into the far post. It comes off him, as you say. Really good reactions from Schick.
Long throw going to be taken by Czech Republic on the right hand side. They've got their tails up now, partially headed clear, crossed back in. Georgia got some defending to do still. Sofal brings the ball towards the byline, and did that take a flick off a Georgian player? It did, and it's another corner to Czech Republic on the same side from which they've just scored, and Sofal wastes no time and he hurries across to take it. We've had an hour of the game. It's Georgia 1, Czech Republic 1. Georgia got some more defending to do. Czech Republic playing with some real emphasis. Those subs have made a difference, no doubt about that. And Sofal's going to take this right-footed away swinging corner once again. The referee's just spotted some pushing and shoving. Linger is in there once again with his hands on his hips. He's near the goalkeeper. He won that header just a few moments ago. And there is going to be a potential penalty check while we wait for this corner. Check complete. We go on with the game. And in comes the corner from the right. And another free header, and it's flashed wide. Krejci. Wow, that wasn't too far away from the 25-year-old. Let's go to a big game of women's rugby. Premiership final, Gloucester Hartbury versus Bristol Bears. Sarah Orchard.
And it's the underdogs who lead here. Gloucester Hartbury 0, Bristol Bears 5. Welsh international Courtney Keith flew down the wing after a long period of pressure from the Bears, and they lead here on 18 minutes. It's Gloucester 0, Bristol 5.
Here it's still 1-1 on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. T20 World Cup continues today, by the way, on Sports Extra, with India, Afghanistan, and the TMS pod is out every day during the tournament as well. The latest one with all the reaction to England's defeat to South Africa. I thought they had it in the bag. And we're seeing a substitution being made by Georgia. It's a double change. You know who's gone off and who's come on in just a second.
Lotashvili's come on for Titashvili in the left wing back position, and then Chepetadze has come on in central midfield, but I wasn't sure who he came off for, or come on for, sorry. I think it's Davitashvili who's come off by the looks of things.
Yeah, Davitashvili off. Chepetadze has come on. And Czech Republic are in possession on the halfway line. 1-1. 5 Live from the BBC. Czech Republic coming forward. Tiashvili's come off as well, and Lukoshvili has come on. And as Georgia do some defending, that looked like a free kick maybe, but Czech Republic have come up with the ball, level with the penalty spot on the right-hand touchline, whipped in cross from Sofal, headed partially cleared, chipped back in. Czech Republic had possession again with so many bodies forward, but that's an overhit pass towards Sofal, who stops and screams at the fact it was overhit, and Georgia have a little bit of respite now. They have a goal kick.
Yeah, and the Czech Republic players are wanting a penalty. There was a little bit of a push from Kakpadadze in the back post, but nothing from me. I don't think that's a foul. I think it's just normal contact that happens in a penalty area as you're trying to defend that far post position.
Lukoshvili on, defender of Cremonese. Chekvidadze, Georgi Chekvidadze, who Watford fans will know very well. 24 years of age, attacking midfielder. Czech Republic are in possession, but Georgia have nicked it away. And they've given it to their talisman, who's dispossessed. Kalia. Ball played forward by Czech Republic, overhit again and through into the arms of Mamardashvili, the hero of that first half, but he had absolutely no chance with the Czech Republic goal. Georgia in possession. What can they produce? They've put such a shift in so far, Stephen Warnock. There'll be some tired legs.
Yeah, there will be. They're not 1-0 down, they're 1-1, and they're still in a great position, because what we do know about them is that they possess extreme pace on the break. A little bit of a change now with Davitashvili leaving the pitch, but what they'll try and do is they'll try and hit on that counter-attack, and it's about picking the moments as and when to do it, but they need to get just a little bit more control of the ball, calm themselves down a little bit in possession and try and take the sting out the game, because what Czech Republic are trying to do now is they're trying to play at a really fast pace to almost blow Georgia away.
Czech Republic have never won in this stadium, have lost twice in Hamburg, as the ball's played into the penalty area by Czech Republic again, partially cleared away by Georgia, then hooked high over the halfway line, and they'll win themselves a throw in here, Georgia, just near halfway on the left. And they did look a little bit at 6s and 7s as the shot came in from distance. It was palmed away by the goalkeeper. Just a little bit of swaz on it, a bit of swerve, but Mamardashvili managed to get a right hand to it.
Yeah, he's got in some nice positions, Jurasek, since he's come off the bench, and a nice shot, and Georgia are away now.
They're in possession, moving forward. Left foot effort is doesn't get it away, and it's been called a free kick there. It was Kvaratskhelia who was on the break, and he got called for a free kick for just catching the defender. I think he did. Yeah, quite right. Holesh went down. Free kick for Czech Republic, and they take it quickly. And here's Sofal moving over the halfway line for the Czechs. And the referee has seen a player down injured. Schick, scorer of the Czech goal, and Kime will get some treatment here. And it's 1-1.
He's gone down out of nowhere, John, and that's the concern. So he's just feeling his calf and whether he's picked up an injury. And Souček now has just gestured to the bench that it's a substitution that's needed, which will be a real blow to Czech Republic, not only for this game, but if they are to advance, because if he's holding his calf like that, and that looks like it could be a little bit of a strain or a pull, which would be pretty much write him out the tournament.
Yeah, he's just getting to his feet now. Let's just see how he moves.
You'd hope it's cramp at this stage of the game. 67 minutes on the clock. You'd hope it was that from his point of view.
Just being helped to his feet by the physio, and is walking gingerly with a limp. Doesn't look good, this, for Schick, scorer of the Czech Republic goal. Hands on his hips, the number 10, with his shirt drenched in sweat. And it is him who's going to come off. So Schick's going to be replaced here. That is a blow Mojmir Kittil is going to come on. The 25-year-old of Slavia Prague scored 21 goals in domestic football last season. 6'2", like for like, but that's a massive blow.
Yeah, it is, because he's such a danger, Chick, with his not only his movement but just his experience in front of goal, his calmness. And you want the ball to fall to players like him. I'm just seeing him wandering over to the bench, and you're looking to see him gesture what type of injury it is. Often you can see when it's a pull or whether it's cramp.
You're hoping at this point it's a dead leg, cramp, something
Absolutely.
like that, and not a muscle. You've just not got time for one to recover, even if it's a grade 1. Very difficult for that to recover in the space of a tournament.
What was the grade that you got when you pulled your hamstring in commentary?
It was a good 2. It was a good grade 2.
And it was a 6 on the squeal, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was live on BBC One. If you just type in "commentator gets cramped" live on air from a couple of Christmases ago, Stephen was very sympathetic in the final score studio, let me tell you. Not. Sofal moving forward on the left for Czech Republic and into the penalty area, but he's challenged. 21 minutes plus added time remaining. In comes a cross, left-footed. It's a good cross, but Mamardashvili is there and claims it confidently. And he got a little piece, I think, as well of the striker in there, and I think it was his own defender actually might have clattered.
I just wonder whether an arm went up from the striker to try and put him off a little bit, as if to try and handle it or touch it with the hand, and he wasn't happy at all, the goalkeeper. He turned round, and as you say, with that James Bond glare, the villain glare at the striker.
It's excited, this, because Czech Republic are the ones pushing, but every time Georgia break, they break with a lot of pace, a lot of speed, as Stephen has said before. And here they go down the left-hand side with the star man, Kvaratskhelia. They've got to cross him from the left-hand side, but it's hit the back of the defender. Still in possession, Georgia. 10 yards inside the Czech Republic half, 1-1. 20 minutes to go plus added time. Moving through the middle of the pitch with Kochorashvili. Still got possession here, and here's a shot from distance, but it's high, very high over the crossbar. It's the first real sight Kvaratskhelia has had.
Poor again. He's not really lit the game up in the way that we'd like him to, but I go back to the point that I made before the game. He's not a striker, he's a winger, and I think he's better at hugging that touchline. But obviously the Georgian manager, Uli Sanyol, wants him in advanced areas, playing up against the back three of the Czech Republic.
Schick's right calf is iced up on the bench, so that could be a little calf strain for Schick. Czech Republic in possession, 15 yards inside the Georgia half. Moving forward through Sofal into the feet of Souček, who's got it. Centre field. Now with Krejci, tries one, that was ambitious, but did take a flick off a heel there of a Georgian player from Krejci, and it is out for a corner for Czech Republic once again. 1-1, Georgia and Czech Republic on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. In comes the right-footed corner, away swinger, headed away by Georgia, only as far as Jurasek, who hits the shot right-footed, and it's over the crossbar behind for a goal kick to Georgia. 1-1.
Yeah, a little bit speculative, a couple of efforts that they just had a goal there. The Czech Republic shooting from long range. John, we've just seen a replay of Patrick Schick there. He pulls his calf as he's running. I don't think it's cramp. I think he's just felt something and he's gone to ground, and that is a real concern. He gestures to the bench straight away because we didn't see the incident at all, and that is concerning.
Referees pull play back. Let's go to the Premiership Women's Rugby. Gloucester Hartbury, Bristol Bears. Sarah Orchard.
The defending champions are in the lead for the first time. It's Gloucester Hartpury 7, Bristol Bears 5. The try scored through Natasha Hunt after a lovely out-of-the-tackle pass that came from Wales back row of Bethan Lewis. It is now Gloucester Hartpury 7, Bristol Bears 5, 28 minutes play.
Czech Republic in possession, centre field with Souček, 1-1. 18 minutes plus added time remaining. Moving the ball from left to right. Jurasek, the substitute. Czech Republic keeping deep possession. They've been forced all the way back to halfway to Krejci, who switches the play to the far side. That's a lovely ball for Jurasek, who does a couple of step-overs, gets in a left-foot cross, headed away by Georgia at the near post. Souček wins a header. Soufal wins a header as well, and forward come Czech Republic, but that's going to go all the way out of play, and it's going to be a goal kick to Georgia. 17 minutes gone. 1-1. Let's go to the tennis. Queen's Club Championship. Russell Fuller, semi-finals finished.
First one over. Lorenzo Musetti is our first Queen's Club finalist. A 6-3, 3-6, 6-3 win over Jordan Thompson means the Italian has now reached an ATP final on a clay, hard and grass court.
And it's a goal kick to Georgia. A squad drawn from teams in 18 different countries. More than 10,000 fans inside the stadium with those government-subsidised flights to get them there so they could afford to go, and they're making one heck of a din at the moment. 1-1, as it's going to be a throw to Czech Republic on the far side. Stephen, what do you think? A draw? Would these teams, I mean, would they take that?
I don't think the Czech Republic would. I think they think that they're a better outfit. I think they think that the chances that they've created should be enough to win a football game, but that's not what they've been up against here. They've been up against a very well organised Georgia team, and I think this is going to be a very tough game for them to actually get a result out of, because of what we said before. I think there's still something in this for Georgia.
They play Turkey on June the 26th, while Georgia play Portugal. Soufal puts a low cross into the penalty area, partially cleared by Georgia, and out for a throw-in the end to Czech Republic by the corner flag on the right. Soufal's crossing and his long throws have caused problems, as in comes another long throw, headed up in the air and claimed by Mamardashvili, the Valencia goalkeeper. 1-1.
Anything that goes in the air, he is so confident about coming to claim. I'm just watching the back line of Georgia. They're looking a little bit tired. They've done a lot of defending in this game. They've tried to press as much as they can, but they're just looking a little bit fatigued. They need to keep the ball and give them a little bit of a breather.
Well, Kvaratskhelia is the man to do that, and he's in possession, and he has just overhit a cross. That's just not the quality they need. I do wonder whether he is carrying something, a little injury. We did mention that the TV pictures picked up that he got an injury in the warm-up before the game, and he just bent down there and felt sort of the back of his knee and his hamstring, or whether he was just embarrassed he'd overhit a cross, I don't know.
Yeah, that's the old chestnut, isn't it?
Czech Republic in possession. 16 of their squad play in the Czech Republic. Lowest scorers in qualifying. Can they find a goal for all their possession as a header comes in, flying across? It was wide of the target from Chitil, and it's a goal kick for Georgia.
What a ball in from David Jurasek on the left-hand side, the wing-back. He delivers a delightful ball in. Chitil, he makes the run, he gets across the defender, diving header, just brushes past the far post, and Mamardashvili perhaps had it covered. He wasn't to know. Well, that's better from the Czech Republic. That's what they like to do. They like to get the ball into wide areas and deliver into the box.
Try in the Premiership Women's Rugby at Sandy Park. Sarah Orchard.
And the league keeps changing hands. It's now Gloucester Hartpury 7, Bristol Bears 10. They've gone over for their second. A really well-worked driving maul from a line-out. Saw the England international Lark Atkin-Davis touchdown. It's Gloucester Hartpury 7, Bristol 10, 8 minutes till half-time.
Another great save from Mamardashvili in the Georgian goal. In comes a cross from Soufal from the right-hand side and headed behind for another corner for Czech Republic. They're pushing now.
Yeah, they are. It's a substitute, Linger, who gets to strike a goal. He just fizzes it into the bottom left, but Mamadashvili, 2 palms, pushes it away.
Short corner taken. In comes the cross again and punched away by Mamadashvili. That was actually on target. That cross. I think he's up around 9 saves now, something like that. Mamadashvili, the Georgian goalkeeper. Czech Republic in possession, level with the Georgian penalty area on the right-hand side. 12 minutes plus added time remaining on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Czech Republic pushing. Georgia hoping to catch them on the break. Fascinating. And Georgia might well go on the break now as that attack breaks down and they play a long ball over the top, looking for the run of Kvaratskhelia, and he can't keep it under control, and it's dribbled out for a throw into Czech Republic.
Yeah, it was a difficult ball out onto the left-hand side. He tries a diagonal switch of play, Mikatadze, and it's just got a little bit too much on it. It was the right pass, just the wrong execution.
He's tried to slide on his backside and control the ball right-footed. And difficult skill. As Czech Republic have some space once again, and a left foot shot, not the right option. From distance, you wouldn't think, from Jurasek. And it's behind for a goal kick for Georgia. Staniek hasn't made a single save in this game, and that was the 8th save for Mamadashvili.
And it just shows you, doesn't it, what a top performance he's put in for his team. But I'd be absolutely made up if I was a Georgian player watching Maciej Jurasek, the substitute, hitting the ball from 25 yards out, blazing it over the bar, because that tells me they're getting a little bit impatient, the Czech Republic.
We're going to see Barak and Sevcik come on for Czech Republic. Sevcik, centre midfielder with Slavia Prague, and Barak, who plays for Fiorentina, another central midfielders. Quick 29-year-old as Georgia come forward down the right-hand side. It's a rare attack from them and rare possession, but there's still only 1-1. They scored a penalty at the end of the first half given by the video assistant referee. The referee came across to check it and gave it for handball. And they've got a bit of possession near the halfway line now, Georgia. Willy Sagnol standing on the edge of his technical area, the Frenchman. He's been in charge for 3 or 4 years now, and I think that's a free kick for Georgia on halfway. And it's Souček who's been booked. A load of yellow cards in this game. The referee said he stalled out quite early that a foul was going to be a yellow card. And they're going to have to watch things here, Czech Republic. They could easily go down to 10.
Yeah, make that 4 of them. That being booked now, the Czech Republic players. So a little bit late from Souček there, a little bit studs up.
Yeah, that was the 5th, in fact.
Was
5th,
it?
Yeah.
I missed one. Unless I put one of my subs, then put a sticker over the top of him.
That could be it, couldn't it? Your sticker situation could have done you there. And Kasia has been booked for Georgia. So coming off, Provot, who scored the goal in the first game against Portugal. That super strike comes off, and David Jurasek, the 23-year-old of Hoffenheim, on loan from Benfica, has come off as well. It's another yellow card. I didn't spot that one though. Who is that for? What for? I didn't see it. Georgi Velosiani, the 33-year-old who plays in a run, centre-back for Georgia, has come on and got booked straight away, and he doesn't look like he's moving right to me. He's coming off Kvaratskhelia. Kvaradona, he just hasn't been able to do it so far. Just gets a high five and a rub of the head from his manager. And we're going to see Saba Lobzanadze come on. Plays with Atlanta United in the USA. Scored twice against Messi's Miami, actually, in May, before he had to go to the training camp with Georgia. So, Stephen's busy with his stickers. It's like a Panini album over here as the cross comes in from the left-hand side. It's cleared away. Got, need. Want, need, got. Shiny. Swap. And it's a free kick. It's another yellow card. And this time it's for a Georgian player. It's for Mekvabishvili. And another player in the books. That's 3 Georgia players now booked and 5 Czech Republic. 8 cards in the game and a free kick to Czech Republic. 10 yards inside their own half. With 8 minutes, almost 7 minutes remaining, plus added time. Georgia 1, Czech Republic 1. In Group F. And still to come on 5 Live. Turkey versus Portugal at 5 o'clock. That should be good in this group with Ian and Chris Sutton, and then Belgium versus Romania at 8 with John Murray and Izzy Christensen, and that's a free kick again for Czech Republic just inside their own half, and they'll keep the ball in the middle with Sevcik, who's just got his first touch after coming on as a sub, and now they're coming forward through the middle with Jurasek. Now Sofal with a chance to cross, takes a little deflection, headed away. Czech Republic with Souček get the ball back, and he just hoists it into the Georgian penalty area. Georgia in red come up with possession though and clear towards the halfway line. 1-1. Czech Republic pushing all the time, and they're trying to break Georgia, but Czech Republic have got the ball back. Sliding challenge in midfield. They've got comfortable possession on the halfway line. The Czech Republic, let's go racing again. It's the Queen Elizabeth Jubilee Stakes, and here's John Hunt.
And it's the last of the major races of the week here, John. Passing halfway, a big sprint. Quinault disputing the lead with Swing Along, and Chartouche, one of the favourites, right behind them. The favourite, Believing, is tracking that line of 3. Art Power under pressure. Millstream trying to deliver a challenge, and Washington Heights coming there. And Cardem, last year's winner, is going to go very well indeed in behind them. He's cantering along. Can he quicken up though, the 8-year-old? Inside the final furlong, Millstream now comes through alongside Swing Along, Believing, and Cardem beginning his effort as well on the far side. Cardem's been produced, nose in front. Cardem from Swing Along. Cardem's won it again. Cardem beats Swing Along. Millstream, favourite, Believing in 4th place. Real history there in the big sprint of the day, with Cardem winning again. Becomes the first horse since 1959 to win it twice, and the oldest horse in history to win it, aged 8.
Wow, what a story. John, thank you so much, as Czech Republic come forward with the score tied at 1-1. Little chip ball into the penalty area, and a no-nonsense safety-first approach as the ball's put behind by Georgia for another corner for Czech Republic. 5 minutes plus added time remaining. 1-1 in Group F. Stephen Warnock.
Yeah, Griffithsiani at the back post does extremely well. The substitute, he's come on to give a little bit of freshness to that back line, but I have to say, Maciej Jurasek on the left-hand side, since he's come on and been introduced for the Czech Republic, has been outstanding. He's the one who's tried to take this game by the scruff of the neck.
Short corner taken. So far, Jurasek, left-hand side, crosses to the penalty area. Really good header defensively by Georgia at the near post, but Czech Republic have got possession back. They've got 6 in the middle here waiting for a cross, and it comes deep, goes past everyone. Goal kick Georgia. Let's get an update from the rugby at Twickenham. South Africa, Wales, Alfie Reynolds.
South Africa 34, Wales 13. Bongi Mbonambi with South Africa's 4th try from the back of a driving maul as they've pulled away in this second half. They led by only a point at half-time, but with 8 minutes to go, it's South Africa 34, Wales 13.
And to Sandy Park in the PWR, Sarah Orchard.
Great timing, half-time whistle here. Gloucester Hartbury 7, Bristol 17. Red Rose prop Hannah Botman, she's having the season of her life at Club and Country. She clatters over for Bristol's 3rd. It is the underdogs who are prevailing, but still 40 to go. Gloucester Hartbury 7, Bristol Bears 17.
Super League, Hull FC versus Wolves. Matt Newsom.
Yeah, execution's been terrible in this game, but we saw an absolutely beautiful try to extend Warrington's lead against Hull to 12 points to 0. England captain George Williams, beautiful flick out the back. Matt Duffy did the rest with his hot stepping, and it's Hull 0, Warrington 12.
Thanks, Matt. Forward come Georgia down the right-hand side. Maybe a chance to cross in low. It's blocked by Krejci, but that's gone behind for a corner to Georgia. They've barely had anything of the ball in this second half. 3 minutes left, 1-1. They have a corner, Stephen.
Yeah, Lobianetta down the right-hand side. He's a little bit dangerous as he tries to take on the defender, tries to stand him up in a 1v1, could defend him, but it leads to a corner. And we said in the first half that the set pieces weren't good enough. Can they concentrate? Can they make the most of this with just over 4 minutes to play? It'd be very interesting.
They still haven't had a shot on target from open play. Georgia in the game. So Staniek, apart from the penalty, hasn't had a shot to save so far, but they have a corner right at the end here. In it comes, right-footed, away swinger, only partially cleared, but there's been a clash of heads, I think, there. So the referee's given a free kick against Georgia to Czech Republic. Suletai it was, wasn't it? The 30-year-old from Apoel in Cyprus, who was just given a nudge to the defender. Free kick. Czech Republic in possession. 20 yards inside the Georgia half. Krejci. And Mikotadze's gone off as subs, and has just come on, as I mentioned there a few moments ago. Kvartalia. Georgia in possession, surging forwards through the middle. Can they get one effort on goal? They can't. They just overrun that ball through, and Czech Republic have come up with possession. 10 yards inside their own half. 1-1, 1 minute plus added time remaining in Group F. Centre of the pitch, moving forward. Sevcik. In comes across from Souček, cleared away. Georgia clear, but they've just smashed it straight against the legs of a Czech Republic forward, and it goes behind for a goal kick for Georgia. Just saw a close-up of some fans there in the crowd who they don't think this 1-1's good enough for them.
No, I don't think it is. I don't think it's good enough for Czech Republic. I think they feel that they should be winning this game, and that is, they should have been getting 3 points from this. But from a Georgian perspective, what a big result this would be. Yes, they wanted the victory going 1-0 up, but this is still a huge display from them. It's not over yet.
It certainly isn't. Czech Republic coming forward, and for once Georgia don't look like they've got enough players back. Now the red shirts stream back in defence, but Czech Republic in possession with Krejci, who's up from the back, out on the left-hand side with Jurasek. Czech Republic in possession, 30 yards from the Georgia goal. They've got the ball on the left-hand side. Krejci's got an opportunity to cross. There are 4 waiting in the middle for this cross low, and it's a goal kick. Just came off the player who put in the cross, and it's going to be 5 minutes of added time at the end of the game.
It was Jurasek who tries to get that cross in, blocked by the Georgian player. It ricochets back onto his face. But John, you said it there, and you were like, they don't look like they've got enough players back here, Georgia. But you take an extra touch as a Czech player, and suddenly they come streaming back. The work rate is quite phenomenal from these Georgian players.
Throw in on the halfway line for Czech Republic. Sofal steals a few yards there, and the referee says that's not where the throw-in's meant to be taken from. 1 minute of the 5 gone. Georgia 1, Czech Republic 1. On 5 Live and BBC Sounds.
Do you fancy a winner?
I think if there's going to be a winner, it'll be Czech Republic to break Georgia hearts. Can they find the energy to defend their box? Can their goalkeeper keep the ball out, as he has done for most of this game? Overhead kick attempted, but doesn't get near it after a cross from the right from Sofal for Czech Republic. And they're in possession with so many players forward. They've got 6 almost in a line on the edge of the Georgian penalty area, and Georgia have players very, very deep now. They're sitting very deep. We've had 2 minutes of the 5 added on. Georgia 1, Czech Republic 1. Crossfield ball towards Sofal on the right-hand side. Headed away by Georgia, and they've picked up possession, Georgia here. That'll be welcome relief. Kvartalia loses the ball into the feet now of Czech Republic, number 7, Barak. And now the cross from the right-hand side from Czech Republic is over everyone's heads. Who's going to win this foot race to the ball? Who's got the energy for it? Well, at the moment, it's Krejci. Gets it to Jurasek, but his ball into the penalty area isn't the best, and Georgia will get a chance to chip the ball away and maybe get some possession. That's a bit of a tired pass forward, long, and Czech Republic will come up with possession again. Jurasek didn't keep that in though, and it will be a throw into Georgia near the halfway line.
One of the things I'd say, John, is the biggest compliment I can give to Georgia is every single player who's come onto the pitch knows the role, understands it, and is just fitted in seamlessly. And that is just credit to the application of every single player, but also the manager in how he set them up.
Half-time in Super League, Hull FC 0, Warrington Wolves 12. We're following that game through the afternoon with Matt Newsom. 1-1, 2 minutes of added time remaining between the Czech Republic and Georgia. Czech Republic have possession on halfway. There are only 2 players in the Czech Republic half. There are so many forward here. Souček played every minute in qualifying. The captain rolls it into the feet of Krejci. Jurasek puts in a right foot shot, but there he is again. I mean, that wasn't a difficult save, but I think there must be 9 saves, maybe 10 now, for Mamardashvili of Valencia, the 23-year-old.
It wasn't his most difficult save, but the concentration levels had to be there because he had players rushing across him. He's expecting perhaps a little bit of a touch from one of the Czech forwards, but again, it's safe hands, it's comfortable in everything that he does. Impressive performance from the goalkeeper. Oh, don't book him for that.
Well, it's his first, it's a foul, and that's what he's done the whole game. The referee, he's booked Kocherashvili. Number 6, you were right, before the game you pointed him out and said his work rate, his energy in there. He's only played 1 full year, he says, of like proper professional football, and he looks a player as the ball's played into the penalty area with a minute of added time remaining of the 5. Georgia 1, Czech Republic 1, but Czech Republic are pushing. 5 in the penalty area, waiting for a cross. It's a really good cross. It's headed away by Georgia. It's not fully clear though. They've got plenty of bodies back. In comes a shot from long range. It's blocked. Georgia now maybe can go on the break. They've got a 3-on-1 here, Georgia. Away they go with just 20 seconds to go in the game. They're in possession. Big chance for them to win it. They put it over the crossbar. Oh, dearie me. It was Lobzanidze who's put the ball over the Atlanta United forward. Wow, with a chance to win it. There goes the full-time whistle. I can't believe it. That's the best clear-cut opportunity of the game, and it's fallen to the substitute with the last touch of the game, Stephen Warnock.
Has to score. They do everything so well. Chakvetadze, he draws in the defender, slips it into his path, and he just tries to open up his right foot and guide it into the far left-hand corner, but he leans back ever so slightly, the substitute Lobianidze, and he fires it over the bar, and that was a huge opportunity for his team to get all 3 points.
Sober Lobzanidze will be thinking about that one when he is lying in bed tonight. A chance to win it at the end. What a performance from Georgia, especially their goalkeeper Georgi Mamardashvili. Is finished 1-1 in Group F, Steve. Steve's not there, so we'll hold it just for a second
first
longer.
major tournament.
Oh, there he is. Hi, Steve. We missed we missed the first part of what you said, so let's treat that as a dress rehearsal.
It's all right. It's only live radio.
Here we go. We can edit this bit out, and it's finished. Georgia 1, Czech Republic 1.
I was just saying, Stephen, that it's not just going to be the end of the day, the end of the week, the end of the tournament that he struggles to forget that miss. That was Georgia's first ever major tournament win on a plate.
Yeah, he's just getting consoled now, and you can see the disappointment in his face. And listen, people miss opportunities, they miss huge opportunities all the time, but that was one of those moments which could have written his name into folklore, and he'd have been talked about for years, and he'd have been hailed a hero. But Lobianidze, he had an opportunity when he went through, and you can just sense that he knew how much pressure was on that opportunity. It was a lovely move from Georgia. Such a shame.
You know, John, what he looked like he just missed a penalty to lose them the final, which in a way he might have done as far as their tournament goes. We'll wait and see.
Difficult to know actually whether they're tears or whether that's sweat on his face as well, because he's being consoled like he has just missed a penalty, one-on-one with the goalkeeper, all the time in the world, on his favoured right foot. Last game he played, he scored 2 against Miami and Messi, and he felt in good form coming into this, and he's just it's sat up really nicely for him, and he's just got too much on it. He's struck it too well with his instep, and it's flown over the bar. There he is. It's their first ever point at a major championship, and they look like, because of that miss, they look like they've lost the game and they've gone out, but they haven't. They're still very much in the tournament.
It's incredible. We're just watching the scenes as they're all in front of the crowd, and the Georgian fans are celebrating. They don't even care. Yes, it was a great opportunity, but it could have been so much more. But these things happen in football. It can often be a cruel game.
I'm just looking, actually, one of the Georgia fans in the crowd has got a goalkeeper glove on, so that's the perfect cue for you, Paul Robinson. I'm sure you'll say he made himself big, yeah?
He didn't do anything all game, Steve, did he, Stanek, in the goal for Czechia? And I think he's done extremely well. He's had to keep his concentration. But let's be honest, Georgia didn't have a shot on target the whole game. So Stanek in goal has had to be concentrated until the 95th minute. Granted, it wasn't a save, but he's come out, he's made himself big. And I think the problem that Lobzanitsa had was he had too much time. He had too much time to think about it. It wasn't a snap decision. He's run half the length of the pitch. He knows he's going to get played through one-on-one at some point, and he just didn't keep his cool, and he put it well over the bar. Goalkeeper did well, made himself big, and as I say, concentration for that late in the game.
So they've got 1 point after that, having lost in the opening game to Turkey. They will finish with Portugal. They're going to have to win that game to have any chance of getting through. Realistically, 2 points isn't going to be enough, but 4 almost certainly will be. So you've got to think that Turkey are in a pretty good position now, John.
Yeah, they are. But you never know what can happen. We've seen so many results so far that have not gone the way we thought they would, but certainly they are in a strong position. I'm just watching the scenes now of the Georgian players who have got some smiles on their faces now, and Stephen's absolutely right. They do look absolutely delighted with that first point in major tournament football. Georgia, who knows, they've got some heart, that's for sure, and they've got some attacking talent too.
Yeah, they certainly have. But the one thing I'd say as well is we might be being very critical here, and I might be being very harsh in what I'm about to say, but it's not like you've got a star striker going through. This is a substitute. He's not playing at the highest level. It's massive pressure. He's probably never felt pressure like that in his playing career before, and I think we're perhaps being a little bit too critical of him. I know Robbo's probably right in what he says, that he's probably had too much time on the ball, but if it is Patrick Schick going through, we'd expect him to hit the back of the net.
Well, you don't often see 2 sets of players at the same time doing thunderclaps with their fans, but both of them have got a lot to be proud of, I suppose. Czech Republic have got their point. It means that they still have an opportunity to go through to the next round. They would probably have to beat Turkey in their final game, who as we were saying, now are in a very strong position, and we're about to bring you commentary of their game against Portugal. Paul, Stephen, John, thank you all very much indeed. We thought that was going to be an interesting, entertaining game, and it was. Georgia won, Czech Republic won, but my goodness me, Georgia in the final seconds with the final kick probably could and should have won it.